up, mofos? Mofos. So, welcome to another episode of Riding Shotgun with me, Parker. So the introduction's done. Thank you so much for joining. Hit the notification bell, like, subscribe, you know the drill by now. It's all good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everything that you do for the channel. So anyway, on with the festivities. I am on my way to Dartford. Why, you ask? I am on my way to Dartford for my first ever hockey game. No, I'm not playing. It's just something about hockey that I hate playing. I've hated it in school. I just can't, no. And the reason why I hated it in school was that I was quite a big chap in school. I mean, in school I was about 6 foot, 6'1", something like that. I mean, I'm 6 foot now, so I've carried on growing. But around the school time, a little bit smaller, but the sticks that they had were for people like, I don't know, 4 foot tall. So I was really always bent over and they're saying, you've got to get right to the bottom of the stick to control it. No, I cannot do that. So I hated that because it was just consistent bending over. Also, those wild antics with sticks. I used to always get clipped in my ankles and in my knees and on my shins. And one time I got clattered on my hand as well when some geezer struck the ball. So I hated that. But also, why does the ball have to be insanely hard? What's wrong with a tennis ball? Or a softer ball that would be called a hockey ball? Hated that too, because again, used to like get hit on the toes and yeah. Just hated everything about it. And even the rules, I was like, oh, I'm not really fussed about this. I used to dread that time of year and go, okay kids, today we're going to be playing hockey. Oh, can't we just get the nets out and either play football or go play rugby or tennis or something? Even grab the javelins out. I'd happily throw a javelin for you. But hockey, hated it. But I'm going to watch a game of hockey. That I don't mind because they can be as vicious as they like, and I'll be right into it. So yeah, going to watch a hockey game. So yesterday, all of my bits and pieces came for my bike. So I bought a bike the other day. Dead ass good deal on FaceBay. So I researched online how much these bikes would normally retail at, and usually they retail about 160, 170 pounds, something like that. And the guy, because he bought it during COVID, had ridden it like 4 times. He said like all it needs, a bit of air in the tyres and just some wraps on the handlebars. So I was like, cool, yeah, no worries. Flogging it off, 40 quid. 40 quid. Monster. So I was like, yes, I'm having that. So I went and picked that up and took all the gears off, stripped down the handlebars and ordered a load of stuff. So I grabbed myself a helmet, had to be the same colour as the bike, of course. Ordered myself a helmet, ordered myself some wraps for the handlebars, so it's not just hand on metal and it's a little bit more comfortable. Also got a pump as well because I didn't have a pump to pump the tyres up, and got that, and they all came yesterday. I also ordered some bib shorts. You might not be familiar with what bib shorts are. They are a pair of lycra shorts with straps, and on the arse area is a load of padding so you don't get bum hurt on the seats. So they came yesterday as well. And it just goes to prove how little I know about cycling, because I said to my mate Jimbo, I went, do you go commando in these things or not? He went, always commando. Great, sorted, solid. And then he started talking about gear ratios. Have you got T this and T that, and you've got a T30 and a T28, or, you know, what have you got? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I ain't got a clue. I said, you might as well be speaking Arabic to me, mate, because I would have understood just as much as what you just said. He said, it should all be printed on the cogs there for you. So I looked down and it's T28 on the back. I couldn't figure out what was on the front though. And apparently I would struggle on the hills even if I was a quality cyclist. So, yeah. I think maybe I need to upgrade the cogs, possibly. Get another couple of T's on there, maybe. That's a very nice car. And he knows it. Cheeky sod. So yeah, I think I maybe need to upgrade the cogs on there or something like that. He said, oh yeah, you need to upgrade your tyres as well. It's the best thing I ever did. Running 28 mils. I was like, okay, how much did you pay for your tyres? And he said, about 50 quid each. For a tyre, 50 quid. I can buy a car tyre for that. That's mad. Or maybe when I get a little bit more into it. So anyway, all the bits and pieces came yesterday. I wrapped everything that I needed to on the handlebars, stuck them all to it. Amazing, looking good. Obviously I got the wraps in the same colour as the bike, because, well, basically that's just what you got to do, really, isn't it? Shut the windows here, get a bit blowy. That's just what you got to do, isn't it, really? You know, you've got to match everything, make it look good. And so I wrapped them all up, put the gears back onto the handlebars. That was a mission and a half, because obviously now the wraps are quite thick on now. So I had to really work hard to get that. That was a monumental task, grabbing the pliers and the screwdriver and trying to pinch and screw at the same time while holding it in position. So a bit of a mission with that, but it was alright, they went on, it was fine. And then I thought, right, pump the tyres up, away we go. Pump the tyres up, 100 psi. Apparently that is way too much, even though it says 100 psi on the thing, should be running about 85 apparently. So I need to maybe sort that out. And I put my bib shorts on, put a t-shirt over it, and went out for a ride. Tell you what, it was quite difficult, and I'll tell you why it was quite difficult. Number one, the chain kept slipping, so I need to figure that out and why the chain keeps slipping. It doesn't look like the chain is dirty, and it doesn't look like any of the teeth have been worn down either, so I need to figure out why that's happening. So that was difficult in the first place. Also, the fact that it was 22 degrees. My first ride, I hadn't really done that before, and the seat was a little bit hard too. Cycling is hard. The thing is, I used to do like this all the time. I used to bike all the time, but I had a mountain bike, and I'm starting to wonder whether a road bike was a good thing to get when I should have got a mountain bike instead. I don't know, because it just feels totally different, because it might have been the tyres that were too hard, but I felt every bump in that road. Oh, my arse was just getting pounded. I tell you what, it would have been pounded less if I'd have had a night out at Hampstead Heath. Ridiculous. Felt every bump in the road. So it was a kind of first difficult ride. I only took it out for about 15 minutes or so, did about 3 miles, nothing crazy. yeah, it was okay for a first ride, but there's certainly little aspects that I need to work out. Also, with my seat feels like it's the right level, but I feel so hunched over that I think I need to raise the handlebars a bit. The only problem I have there is that the cabling from the brakes to the handlebars isn't that long, so I'm not going to be able to raise it up as much as what I want it to be. Also, another thing I've got to get used to is, obviously with race bikes, you kind of got your handlebars, but then they go round in a sort of an arc shape at the end, don't they? The brakes are on the arcs. So there's me coming to a junction, and I'm thinking, shit, I've got a brake. And it's very awkward. Very awkward. I'm thinking, well, I'm not in the position to be braking right now. Oh, shit. So, yeah, there's just those are things I need to get a little bit more used to. But I'm certainly up for giving it a go and setting it up right. Once I get it all right, and, you know, it feels comfortable and it feels right for me, and the tyres are all up to scratch and everything's good, then I'll be well into it. But it felt really weird standing up on the bike. And I'm not entirely sure you should be standing up on the bike unless you're sort of powering up a hill, but I tried to power up a hill yesterday and it just felt so odd, like I was going to topple over. So I need to figure that one out. I might be a mountain bike kind of guy, in which case I'll flog that one on for a profit and buy a mountain bike. But I don't know. As long as I'm doing some exercise, that's all that matters, really, isn't it? Also, here it is. So I've been doing yoga for 2 days now. Yoga, yes, yoga. Mostly stretching, down dog, squatting, that kind of thing, and calf stretches. Been doing that for 2 days. Did an hour a couple of days ago, did an hour yesterday. I played football last night. Game of my life. I felt amazing. Amazing. My ankles were barely hurting. It was phenomenal. So I think, quite possibly, if I carry this on, I think I'm going to be somewhat cured. It's never going to be perfect, obviously, but the pain will go. I think the pain will go. Because I strapped myself up. I took a couple of anti-inflammatories as well. Now, usually when I take these anti-inflammatories, it does nothing. It does absolutely nothing. But yeah, mate, I did not pop up lovely. Popped up lovely. And I can only think that when I go for my next session of shockwave therapy on Tuesday, that's going to help. Then when I go for my session of lithotripsy, that's going to help a lot more as well. Plus the stretching. I think we're on a good road. No surgery. I think we're on a good road. From the way it felt last night, it was positive, definitely positive. So I'm going to keep up with that stretching, definitely. I mean, if that's only after 2 days worth, imagine what a year's worth is going to be like. Wow. Can't wait to be pain-free all of the time, just to be able to walk without consistently feeling agony. My word. I mean, I stretched this morning. I haven't done my yoga this morning, but I stretched this morning and it was a little bit tender. I will be honest. It was a little bit tender. However, the right leg is definitely worse than the left leg. That's without question. Absolutely without question. So, yeah, when I was stretching this morning, I went on to the right leg, and in all honesty, I was almost scared to stretch it because thinking, my Christ, this is going to hurt. But after I stretched it, it felt a lot better. Like I wasn't kind of very tense and tight, you know. And that was purely for a minute and a half of stretching there. But yesterday's game, my word, I just had a really good game. I scored a goal, I set up a goal, I played really well, I was getting into some good positions, my movement was good, my mobility was good. It was just a really fundamentally good game, and I enjoyed every moment of it. I wanted to play more, and I think this week's 11-a-side is gonna be cancelled because I think with the injuries that we've got and people pulling out because of X, Y, and Z reason, I don't think it's going to go ahead, which is gutting because after Friday, I feel so up for it. I mean, there was a couple of moves that I did where, you know, I bounced through a couple of challenges and I was still going. Unfortunately, I took Barry out. My momentum, I mean, we both went for the ball and both of our momentum, and we just clattered. And obviously me being taller and heavier, he ended up on the floor and he looked a little bit winded, but he popped up and he was alright, and I sort of apologised to him and said, "You're alright, you're sorry." But yeah, that was a good moment where I skipped through there. But also I had really quick feet last night. Really quick feet. I was enjoying that. There was one moment where I received the ball, knocked it left, knocked it right, and just, I don't know how I did it or why I did it, but in the moment I flicked the ball through one of the best players' legs and absolutely done him like a kipper. And I don't know how I did it. I don't know why I did it. It was just an instinctive reaction to do. And I'd seen him do it a couple of times to other people. But he wasn't on form last night at all. So I'll give him that one and just say, look, you know, you weren't on form last night, so it was a fluke. It was a fluke. So yeah, no, I was playing really well last night, really well, and I was excited for this Sunday. But as we're all kind of dropping like flies with injuries and whatnot, I don't think it's going to go ahead, which is really gutting, really gutting. And I'll tell you what else is gutting as well. Adam refuses to listen to me. Refuses. Absolutely refuses to listen to me. And I'll tell you why he refuses to listen to me. I've told him on numerous occasions, I'm sure I've mentioned this before, do not post A4 sized promos onto social media, and do not print out social media 1x1 size on paper, because it doesn't look right and it doesn't sit well on social media or on paper. But yet he does it every time. He did it Thursday, sorry. He put an A4 on there. I said, why are you doing that? Why are you putting A4? He goes, it was A4. I went, I know, stop it. Refuses to listen to me. But also, I've told him on numerous occasions, do not be posting at 11:30, 12:00, 1:00, 1:30 in the morning, because no fucker is going to see it. Absolutely no one is going to see it. So I thought, well, all right then, okay. I'm going to prove something to you. So I left his post up from 11:30 on Thursday night, and I posted at 7 p.m, optimal time for his page, on a Friday. 7 p.m, optimal time. So bearing in mind this is almost 24 hours apart, I have more interactions, more views, more reach since I posted at 7 o'clock Friday than he had for an extra 24 hours. That's the proof right there. That's the proof right there. And he will continue to do it. I guarantee you. Because he's like, oh no, fuck, I forgot to do that. Let's do it. That's what Facebook scheduling is for. I mean, when that went out at 7 p.m, I was playing football. I scheduled it. I scheduled it at 4 p.m. Thought, right, I'm going to show you. I'm going to fucking show you. Let's see if he listens to that one. I doubt it. I mean, I even come up with a really good idea for a Tuesday night, because obviously Tuesday nights are very dead for him. And he has his open mic nights on Thursdays and bits and pieces like that. And his quizzes on Wednesdays. And I came up for an idea for Tuesday. I called it Twat. Tuesday with a twist. Twat. Yeah, you're right, Twat. And I did all the artwork for it. I wrote down the concept. I wrote down, the social media posting for it. And I thought, right, let's get him back to the basics that he always had. He was always really great with music. Really great with music. Awesome. And I thought, if I can get him to create a playlist or put music on throughout that's 70s, 80s and 90s and 2000s into that playlist, it would just be taking requests from people who want certain music, and you can put whatever you like on, just make it really cool, and then any deals that he's already got, he can promote for that Tuesday, saying, I don't know, if he's already got a deal that says 2 Lily's ciders for X amount, he could promote that. He could promote that and make it sort of, it's almost like a Tuesday thing. What's the promo on Tuesday? I gave him all the details, texted it all over to him, put all the artwork in, spent no time on it, ignored it. All he said was, interesting idea. Right, so I did all that work for you, and all you're going to put is interesting idea, and then completely ignore it, and then said, oh, I'll call you in 20 minutes. And he ain't called me yet, and that was like a day and a half ago. So I just said to her, if you're just going to ignore this, you can come up with your own fucking ideas. I'm trying to help you out, and you're an ungrateful little shit, just not doing anything, He's like, oh no, I've been doing this, he just seems to be lying so much lately. I've been doing this and I've been doing that, and I'm on the phone, I'm doing emails, and no, you're not. I know you're not. Do you know how I know you're not? Because you tripped yourself up and you said that you only got up at like 1 p.m. And then last night he sends me a picture and says, oh no, there's about 70 or 80 or 90 people in the pub. Is there? It doesn't look like it. He goes, oh, there was 35 last time I counted. So is there 80 or 90 or is there 35? And well, a maximum it was 80. Just stop fucking lying. I've known you long enough, Adam, to know when you're bullshitting me. Long enough. I can count you on your bullshit every time. And do you know what? I think now I'm going to get to the point where I'm just going to say to him, when I think it's bullshit, I'm going to call you on your bullshit. I'm going to say, Adam, that's bullshit. And he can protest all he wants, but I just know when he's bullshitting. He always just does this sort of thing with his face and he stutters. I know when he's bullshitting. I know when he's lying. And he can't get away from it. He thinks I'm stupid. I know exactly. Oh, yeah, fucking hate that. Pricks. I used to work there. Hate them. Dickheads. All of them. So far up their own arse. And yet, they're just a scummy little place. Negativity! Negativity! So we're nearly there. What are we? We've got about 5 minutes left of the drive here. And we're just going to rumble through Dartford and get to the hockey ground. And start our first game of the hockey. I am actually late. I can't believe that. I thought I was going to be there in time. Clearly not. Yeah. Should have left a little bit earlier, really, shouldn't I? Hate that. Hate being late. But apparently, if you're late all of the time, then you're less stressed. Because apparently you just don't give a fuck. You're less stressed because you don't give a fuck if you're late or not. Okay, fine. I mean, I'm not exactly stressed about being late, but I wouldn't say I was ever stressed to be on time either. I just plan it into my day. If I need to be there at X time, I know what time I've got to leave. Or if I don't know, then I certainly work it out and go, right, I've got that amount of time to be there. I don't know. But yeah, the game was supposed to start at 10 o'clock and we're going to get there at 2 minutes past. So yeah, gotta be a bit nippy about... Oh shit, should be that lane. There we go. It's better. Shut up. So yeah, that's kind of what's happening over the last couple of days. I'm dead gutted because the weather is so nice, and to play football tomorrow as well would be amazing. And you've got Champions League final tonight as well. I can't wait for that. I honestly think that Man City are going to win that. I can't see any other outcome. I really can't. Unless they have a massive, massive capitulation and they, well, fall apart at the seams, which I don't think they're going to do because they've been there before. But are Inter Milan a better team than Man City? I don't think so. I really don't think so. And judging on the stats as well, I mean, they've gone, 25 games unbeaten in all competitions this season, Man City? Like, they're in good form. They're in great form. So, I don't know. In all honesty, I can't see anything other than Man City winning the Champions League. If they do their jobs right and they come out like they did against Manchester United. I mean, even when they played Arsenal, one of the best teams in the league this season, they dominated. They just dominated everything. And they were easy on the ball. They played out from the back. It was very calm, cool, collected. If they do that exactly the same with Inter Milan and play like that, which was just a masterclass, really, yeah, you're going to get nothing other than a Man City win. That's about it, really. Yeah. Anyway, when we come back to part 2, we'll find out how the hockey game went. So I shall see y'all in a bit. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And I'll see you for part 2. Yes. We are here for part 2. And I've just fucked it. Oh. Yes, we're here for part 2. So hockey game is done, and I tell you what, it is rogering hot outside, if that's even a word. I think the temperature gauge right now says it's 25.5 degrees. 25.5 degrees. And in all honesty, bit of a weird one. Didn't know exactly what was going on with the hockey, didn't know the rules or nothing like that, but I tried to figure it out. Apparently you can't touch it with your foot, and you can only score inside the D. Is that okay? But yeah, it was pretty hot up there, I've got to be honest with you, so applauding them girls. But it was just a very surreal moment when one of the players came off and just started breastfeeding their kid. Okay? That's what you got to do, woman, that's what you got to do. So yeah, I wonder if that happens in an England hockey game. They just start coming off and breastfeeding. But yeah, there's a couple of kids there. There was one woman there who had amazing, and I mean amazing, ball skills. The way she just moved her stick and had her body turned or whatever, but apparently she really struggles with her weight and mental health and all this kind of thing, which is sad because she's actually damn good with a hockey stick. And there was one kid up front, she apparently only 14, and she's only just moved up into like the adult ladies thing, and she's an up and comer, and she's bang on. Like, she was knocking goals in left, right and centre, really damn good. Apparently her mum was on the pitch as well, so I don't know, but yeah, not bad at all. So my friend Laura, she was playing, and said like, why didn't you come to the pub afterwards? I'm like, come on now. I'd be a bit of a sore thumb there. I mean, they're all women together, all talking about hockey, and there's me sat there like, I know nothing about hockey or any of you women. I'd have absolutely no riz. No riz at all. Not with that one, I'm afraid. Wouldn't know what the fuck I was talking about. So I'm just going to head my ass on home, and I'm going to maybe go for a bike ride, you know. See if I can't make this bike work for me. Maybe get some fitness up, because obviously last night felt really good. Felt warmed up, felt amazing, and then tomorrow it looks like possibly the game may go ahead. It may go ahead. Because it seems like people are just sort of dropping in now and saying they can play. Ambulance! Make sure I get out of the way of that. So yeah, it's hopefully going to go ahead tomorrow. So today I'm just going to try and prep myself. Lots of stretching, take the bike out as well, eat well, and yeah, just chill for a bit, you know. Maybe take the load off the ankles for a little bit. I don't want to do too much of them. I don't want to stress them out and make them work harder than what they're supposed to. It'd be amazing if I had an outdoor pool though, because this sort of heat would be crazy good to just have a swim in and lay by the pool. But unfortunately, men don't make that much money to afford a house with a pool. But if you know someone who has a pool and would like to invite me round on a hot day like this, I'd be more than appreciative. More than appreciative. It'd be great. Oh, it's sending me this way. There must be some traffic on the A2 because it's sending me round the houses. That's fairly quick this way anyway, that's fine. Oh, I just feel like today would be wasted if I didn't do something, you know? I don't want to be sat in the house doing feck all. Hence why at 10 o'clock this morning I was on a hockey pitch. Well, not on a hockey pitch, but I was watching hockey because I wanted to be out in the sunshine because it's beautiful out. Can't help it. I'll tell you what, this is a banging track. better not put too much, otherwise YouTube's going to sit there and go, nope, can't have that in your video, we'll blank that one out. Jesus, that's smelling a weed right around there. Someone is tanking a blunt. But yeah, that's a banging track, that, from By Now. Obviously, yeah, Steve Angelo and Sebastian Ingrosso and their old moniker. I mean, the greatest track they ever did was obviously For Sale. For Sale was just ridiculous. I loved that tune. And it's so basic and so cool. But that riff has been used so many times. That melody has been used so many times. Yeah, it's just brilliant. Really, really good. Another ambulancia. There seems to be a lot of ambulances around today. Mind you, it's sunny, people are out and about, they're probably blowing themselves up on barbecues. I saw this video once, right, this guy, and he was trying to like cook some sausages on one of those oil drum things that he'd obviously cut in half, and I mean, they looked like they were cooking nicely being smoked and things, and for some reason, absolute dickhead just seems to throw a load of petrol on it, and this thing just explodes in flames. So much so that he drops the can of petrol or gasoline, drops the can of petrol, and that goes on the floor and ignites. And then he tries to stamp it out and kicks a bit of wood away, which then goes into the tree. Well, not the tree, but the bush. And then the bush is ignited as well, which then lights the shed. And it's gone from, you know, a quiet barbecue to his whole entire garden just being alight. Just got absolutely majorly out of hand. Saying that, have you ever been to a barbecue where it's got majorly out of hand? Let me know. I need to know what your majorly out of hand barbecue. Was it fire? Was it booze? Was it games? Was it antics? What was it that got out of hand? Tell me. I need to know. This road, I tell you what, this road is always a pain in the arse, because even though you can go 60 mile an hour on this road, for some reason everybody just wants to just push along at 30, and I'm not sure why. There's nothing on the road. It's a main road. It's a 2-lane road. It's like people just really aren't sure about this road, and I don't know why. If it were me, I'd come down here 60 mile an hour, not an issue, because there's no one pulling out on you. There's no side roads. There's nothing. I don't get it. And then when they get to this part, they all want to turn off right into the main motorway, when they could just continue going straight forward, build up their speed, and then go in. They all want to come out. They're not reading the road at all. Don't you slow up neither. Oh, I tell you what, it's days like this I just absolutely love and enjoy. Just cruising along, 60 mile an hour, blazing hot sunshine. I mean, the temperature now has gone up to 27 degrees. 27 degrees, it's amazing. I mean, you just think back when it was, -5, -6 degrees, you think, my Christ, I was so cold. now you're just feeling wonderful. The fact that it's 27 degrees with shorts on and t-shirt, and I've been waiting for this day for so long. It's been such a long winter for me. Such a long winter. And I'm quite proud of the fact that I only put my heating on over winter 4 times. That was it. 4 times over winter. The rest of the time I was either sat in a blanket after I'd just come in from football, or I'd been boxing and I was hot and just needed a shower, or I just went straight to bed after work. You know, I just kept myself busy, kept myself moving and motivated to do something, to get warm, so I didn't have to put the heating on. I mean, there was one time where I was so cold, I even did the hoovering, because the hoovering always makes me hot anyway, no matter what time of year it is. You put the hoover on, you start hoovering, and I feel hot. I was so cold that I started hoovering, and yeah, I did much better then. And then I went to bed. I went to bed after that. But yeah, I mean, I think that's probably why I'm in credit quite a bit with my with my fuel at the moment, as I have gas and electric from the same provider, so I'm dual source, if that's what you call it. And if I'm only using a small bit of electricity throughout the winter because I'm never there in the house, and I'm not using any gas, by always being out and always being warm, then I'm not going to use anything. The only thing, I tell you what, the biggest annoyance to me, the biggest ball ache to me, isn't the actual cost of the power, it's the stand-in fee. The stand-in fee is the kicker. That's the ball ache, that's the stand-in charge, that is the pain in the ass. I pay more in stand-in fee than I do actual energy. That's how ridiculous it is. Now, okay, I can get away with, you know, a lot less than what everybody else is paying, and that's cool. And I like that. I like the fact that I'm paying a lot less than everybody else. But to have a stand-in fee with something you can't even control, it's just, you know, for the privilege of having it today, that annoys the shit out of me. It really does. Whew. Some tyres are melting. I can smell burning rubber. Whew. It looks like we've got a bit of traffic coming on here, actually. I've only got 6 minutes faster. You're damn right, doggy. I'm going for that one. 6 minutes faster. Seems like there's a bit of traffic coming up over the horizon, and I'm not about to get engaged with it. I don't want to be stuck in traffic today, thank you. Nuh-uh. So it looks like I've got to turn off here then, is it? Okay. We're going through Gran. That's a weird Irish name, isn't it? I mean, there's a lot of Irish names out there that are spelled with some very questionable letters, and it'll just come out as Grania. I'm like, how are you, or Cuivna? Like, how are you getting that from those letters? You know, Roisin, another one. How are you getting Roisin out of those letters? No idea. Absolutely no idea. If you've got a weird Irish name with some letterings, stick it in the comments. I want to know what your weird Irish name is, and then do it phonetically so we know how to pronounce it. Need to know that. What is your weird Irish name, or the weirdest Irish name that you've heard that doesn't match the letters at all? Tell me. Because there are some corkers out there that you think, how are you doing that? Like, in what world does that mean that? Oh. There's so much traffic on the road today as well. I mean, I know it's a Saturday, but Jesus. I think I've got to turn off here, actually. Everyone else seems to be turning off here. Or they're going to hit the traffic. I don't want to do that. 7 minutes slow if I go straight ahead. No. Let's go through Grain. I wonder why it's called Grain. Maybe that's where they imported the grain from and that's where the port was or something like that. I don't know. The island of Grain. Also, here's a question for you. If you could make this podcast better, what would you do? And don't say different host. Don't say different host, because that's not nice. Valid, but not nice. What would you do to make it better? Do you reckon I should start having people in the front seat to have a chat with and get to know? Be like a, I don't know, not like a carpool karaoke, because that's been done and that's shit. And I'm certainly not going to be singing for y'all motherfuckers. Not doing that. But it would be certainly interesting to have a chat and a bit of banter with someone, right? Rather than just me bleating on and talking. Be good to get 4 people in here really and do it, really, wouldn't it? That would be amazing. And then just drive around with 4 blokes. I mean, do you remember like when police used to pull cars over simply for people in the car having baseball caps on, and everybody judged a car with baseball caps being lunatics in a car that always was doing things wrong? Maybe it'd be good to do like a podcast back in the day there with people with baseball caps on and what they actually do. Instead of being hooligans and things like that, they were in here discussing Scientology, or they were discussing space matter, or they were discussing the latest chess championships. Just anything that is completely and utterly the reverse of what the police expect them to be doing, you know. The police expect them to be in a car with baseball caps, smoking drugs, chavvy little bastards, swearing, all that kind of thing. But really what they're here doing is then, let's discuss the modifications of la-da-da and ta-ta-ta-ta. Really well spoken guys. That would be funny. And then when the police pull them over, it's like, yeah, bruv, yeah. Completely turn it on its head. And put it all on film as a bit of a comedy act. And if there's any comedians out there that want to film it, I'm all game. I'm happily do it for you. Happily drive around and be one of the chavs. Discuss whatever you want to discuss. Because I can memorise a script. I've done it before. I wouldn't mind doing a bit of acting. I mean, in all honesty, when I was in school, I wanted to be an actor. I did. I really wanted to be an actor. When I went to college, I wanted to do theatre and drama and theatre studies and all that kind of thing. But the college wouldn't let me, so I ended up doing electronics, design technology and Spanish, I think it was. Just everything that I didn't want to do at all. It's like they were trying to force me down a route of things that they thought I should be doing. And I didn't want to do that. So Palmer's College, fuck faces. But it was the place to go, you know. I didn't want to go to Thurrock Tech, which was the college over the other side of the road, because they didn't do drama or anything like that. They were more a technical college, you know. They were technical drawing kind of thing and all that kind of malarkey. And I went down for that. That wasn't what I wanted to do. So I went to Palmer's wanting to be an actor or in acting, some sort of effect of that. And I've always wanted to do that. But I guess that's why I'm a little bit flamboyant, I guess. I am quite flamboyant, I'm told. I do things for effect sometimes. Most of the time, to be honest. But apparently I can be a little bit flamboyant. According to my last girlfriend, who liked to scream the word flamboyancy at me when I was being flamboyant, in a funny way. I mean, it was kind of a flamboyancy kind of way. That's what it was. Yeah, I know. So when I was being flamboyant, I would get told I was being flamboyant. And to be fair, I know sometimes I can be a bit flamboyant, and sometimes I do turn on a sixpence, you know, and be a bit angry. But most of the time that's because I'm hungry or thirsty. Like right now, I'm not hungry, but I sure as hell could do with a drink because it's 27 degrees out and I'm sat in a car. It's very hot. And also I'm about 20 minutes from home with all this traffic going on, which is crap. So first thing I do when I get home, I'm definitely going to be sinking a pint of water. That's another thing I need to get for the bike as well. I need to get a drinks bottle. As while I was out yesterday on the bike, even though I only did 3 miles, halfway through I thought, Jesus Christ, I need a drink. So there's no way I'm going to be kicking it for 30 miles or anything like that, 20, 30 miles, without having a drink. And I don't really want to stop to have a drink either, because then I just won't feel like getting going again. So it looks like my phone is being a bit weird, and so is the camera as well. So I'm going to knock this off right here and say thank you very much for joining me. I will see you on the next one for Riding Shotgun. Make sure you like, subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace and love.